Okay, for $75, I was able to get this box of main arts, this plant pot from IKEA, and included in the price was an entire Mac Mini. Let's talk about it. Damn, I really glammed up this old $75 Mac Mini with some dope B-roll. Now, before I tell you how or where I got this Mac Mini from, we need to discuss why and who it's for. I got this for my parents who needed a new computer. I have experience building in women-repellent RGB gaming computers like the one I have. Yep. But something like this wouldn't necessarily be perfect for them, right? Like they're not going to be able to use the full power and it's going to burn a hole in my wallet trying to build this thing. So I was looking for a small, compact, good looking, all-in-one type computer and I finally decided on getting a Mac Mini. Now I was going to run to the Apple store to pick up an M1 Mac Mini, but knowing Google, who's been tracking me my whole life, started flooding me with old Kijiji and eBay ads of used Mac Minis. And one of those ads was this guy, a 2014 Mac Mini with a Core i5, 8 gigs of RAM, and upgraded 256 gigs of SSD. Now, at this point, the price was too low for me to ignore, right? I could break this today and still have money to buy 3 of these before I could afford an M1 Mac Mini. So I pulled the trigger, got the Mac Mini, and I was like, you know what? If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Lo and behold, this decade-old 2014 Mac Mini has been serviced in our house for the last 2 weeks, and I'm honestly astonished. You can see here that the Mac Mini actually has no blemishes on the surface. Now, it is missing the bottom, which is, whatever. You can stick it back on with a piece of tape if you want. But on the surface, it has no dings, no scratches. It looks amazing. Moreover, it works amazing. Google Chrome works. I can open multiple tabs. I can watch video in 4K. It's got HDMI in the back. Also, another fun fact, the thumbnail of this video was actually edited on this Mac Mini. So it just goes to show how much power this decade-old device actually has. Not just power, the device has great connectivity as well. It has 2 Thunderbolt ports, 4 USB 3.0 ports, an SD card, audio interface, everything I could possibly need from a computer it has. I'm able to upload pictures directly from my camera using the SD card right on the device. It has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth built right in. Now, if you've ever used Wi-Fi or Bluetooth on a Windows computer, you know it's complete dog shit and the interface doesn't actually work properly. So having Bluetooth on a device like this is great. I can switch my AirPods around from all my devices. I can connect game controllers right to the device. It's great. And the best feature by far of this Mac is that at the time of recording, it was running the latest version of macOS Monterey. This is because Apple has a great history of supporting old products with their newer softwares. Now, Apple can support older devices like this because unlike other operating systems like Windows and Android, who have to support a whole slew of vendors, RAM, speeds, and etc., Apple is able to cherry pick their products and basically tailor fit their software to work with the chips and RAM that they've picked. So when this Mac Mini was brand new, you could spec it with only a handful of RAMs and CPU options, which Apple has hard-coded into their brand new version of macOS, allowing this device to be supported even 10 years older now. Now, why is this a big deal? This is a big deal because unlike older Windows devices, the macOS works flawlessly. Very smooth, it's very clean, it's aesthetic, it works fine, nothing crashes, everything just seems to work. Now, unlike running Windows 11 on older hardware, which I don't even think you can do anymore, you run into a lot of compatibility issues, you run into a lot of drivers issues. When Apple puts out a software for a product like this, you know it's just going to work. So this was definitely a great pickup in that regard. Now, who is this device for? I'm not going to tell you, run out and go get a 2014 Mac Mini and you're going to be able to video edit your YouTube videos. You're going to go crazy on this computer. That's not necessarily what this is for. My parents weren't going to use the computer for anything crazy. They were just going to, chill out on it, watch some YouTube videos, check their banks, check recipes, all that other stuff. For that, this device is great. There's no point in me wasting $550 to $600 on an M1 Mac Mac Mini when a $75 Mac Mini that could break tomorrow, I could get another one, does the same thing. So this video is actually intended for people like those who were considering getting older devices but were unsure of whether how they would fit into their workflow or how they would fit into their household. Definitely, if you find a diamond in the rough like this, go check it out. Now, this is in no way a special Mac Mini. You can find thousands of listings on eBay, Kijiji, whatever your local ads are, to find devices like this. But this can be applied for any sort of tech, right? It can be applied for new phones, it can be applied for iPads, it can be applied for headphones, all kinds of stuff. We would be doing our part in trying to save these devices from going into the landfill, giving them a little bit of extra life and, using them to their fullest like Apple intended. Now, I actually had a different video planned for this week, but I really had to get this out. Even though this is my 10th time recording the video, I don't really know how to get the message out. But finding out what your needs are and cherry picking devices that you need for that is very, very important. It's easy to go out to the Apple store and get a new computer. It's easy to go to the Sony store and get a new pair of headphones. It's easy to go to Samsung and buy their brand new phone. However, do you actually need that is the question. In my case, I didn't, and I was about to waste $550, but Google saved me by shoving ads of old Mac Minis down my throat.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Now, in no means is this device perfect, right? If I run synthetic benchmarks, it's gonna fail most likely because it is older hardware. It is what it is. In a couple of years, it's not gonna be serviceable, but at the time of recording, this device is great. Sorry for this really weird video. I don't really know how to get this message across, but the point of the video is, find out what you actually need from tech. And if you can get by with using older hardware, I would definitely recommend it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Stay safe, stay sane, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.